Hey, everybody on YouTube. Nice to see you again today on our nSights DeFi Trader platform. Nice to see you. Hey, Doug. How's it
Hey,
going?
Deb. I am doing great
Hey, I was just
for
having a look at,
it's a
oh,
Monday.
yeah, for a Monday, right? I was just having a
All
look
right.
at Bitcoin and I wonder, are we closer to my $6,000 mark?
We are closer.
We are
Still a long ways
closer.
away, but we are closer.
We are closer. What do you think of that? We're at what, 55, 55, 6?
55, yeah, yeah. And I just keep saying, I'm thankful it's not at 1 million now. I'm thankful it's not at 100,000 now because I don't have all the Bitcoin I want to have. And along with that, I'm thankful Otherverse is still at 0.05
Yep,
because
right.
I
Ultraverse.
know that's gonna change this month. So
That's going to change some things for a lot of people
yeah,
who get started in this. Guys, it's in pre-sale now, not for long. We're going to talk about that, I think, on this call. Um,
yep,
if you're wondering what Otherverse is, their UTHX token is in pre-sale. You'll want to go back and find our video with Brian Schuster as a special guest. He talks all about Otherverse, what it is, and why holding the UTHX token is so important for everybody to be holding who is ever going to do anything in the metaverse space. But guess what, Doug? Every single person on the planet who has a computer is going
it's
to be
gonna
doing
be
stuff in the metaverse space. So if
yeah,
you are
yeah.
watching this right now, you want to pay close attention and get out and get your tokens today.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, now I'm going to age myself, when people said, "Oh yeah, I'll never get on the internet."
Right.
How did that work for you? Right?
Right.
Not so
Well,
well.
if we had to go back to dial-up, I don't think anybody would get onto the internet if
Oh, come on, my 28K modem.
oh,
That was good stuff,
can
man.
you hear it? Is it playing in your
Yes.
head? The
Yes,
sound.
it is. Yeah. So, technology changes things, things go away. Modems went away. A lot of fax machines went away because, lots of things change, right? How many times do you go to a payphone at the gas station anymore? Right?
Right.
And what did that poor guy do for a job when all the payphones went away, right? So either evolve with or maybe miss out. And Otherverse is one of those opportunities. And when you listen to this Saturday call, we really get into Brian's patents on the metaverse. We get into the lawsuit that was going on or is going on between Otherverse and Epic Games and stuff, and just a phenomenal call. And the key to all of this, guys, is to hone in on the patents. When we talk about coins with utilities, we're usually talking about coins that have a utility to do something. It provides a viable service on the blockchain for you to get value, right? In Brian's case, we're talking about that in terms of Otherverse and how much better Otherverse's platform, the backbone that he's built in terms of the characters and the image and the realism and all of that is for Brian. But that's the surface. When we talk about some other companies, we're really looking at those things. But when you talk about Brian, it goes so much deeper because we're talking about the patents and then how those patents apply to all the other metaverses that are going to happen out there. And people are developing metaverses and they don't even realize that Brian has over 80 patents in the metaverse space, and he's in a lawsuit with one of the largest gaming companies in the world, and he's winning.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's time to wake up.
that's Fortnite. And when you're
Yeah,
talking about the UTHX token, once you understand the metaverse, what Otherverse is doing, the fact that he owns all the patents, when you understand that UTHX is going to be the currency inside of
right,
Otherverse. So somebody rents
right,
the space, they've got their goods for sale, they pay with UTHX. When you're
right.
paying for your goods inside that space, you're paying with UTHX. When you realize all of that, you want to go get some UTHX right away.
Yeah, and the UTHX token, Brian and I had a call on Saturday. Him and I were working on things, so we got into this long conversation, more of a conceptual conversation around what will Bitcoin be in 30 years? You know, in the year 3535, what will Bitcoin be, right? And then what will UTHX be, right? If Brian's patents stand up, which they are standing up, they're very strong patents, and if that happens, Brian, one of the things I think that he wants to do for other people that want to build on the backbone of Utherverse, right, which will allow their metaverses to work. One of the biggest problems with metaverses today is getting 100,000 people in the same place.
Yeah.
You want to do a concert with 1 million people? How do you do that? Well, Brian's technology does that, right? And his patents is what allows that to happen, okay? Well, to be able to use the backbone, one of the things I know he's going to potentially want or negotiate with is having the UTHX tokens to be able to work in lots of other metaverses, right? If they're building on his backbone, then his currency doesn't only work in Utherverse, it works in XYZ and ABC and all the other metaverses, right? It becomes the currency that transcends and goes across all potential metaverses. Now you think of Bitcoin has its place. Now think of the place that UTHX will have if that all happens. And based on the patents, high probability, guys. Yeah. High probability. When you think of utility and portability, high probability.
High probability. And now's a really good time to remind you that we're not financial advisors, and anything we talk about on this channel is for educational purposes only. We just want to get the information in front of you. You guys do your own research, make your own decisions, and there's always the chance that something doesn't go the way that we think that it's going to go. That's life. That's life. That's how it works. But definitely get out there and have a look. Listen to that call that Brian was on. It's about an hour long, and it is exceptional for understanding why you need to get your UTHX tokens.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to dive in just a little bit today, Deb, because I know round A is coming to an end. Now, it may be at an end at the end of this month. My guess is it's going to be before the end of this month after my conversation with Brian. I don't have the exact day. I think I will have the exact day today or tomorrow. And so on Wednesday, I can share that on the call. But I know it's coming. And because we had the conversation on Saturday, I just don't know what day it is. But I want to show you guys the importance of taking action now, right? And I'm gonna let me get up Utherverse here. Okay, see my screen okay, Deb?
Yes.
So right now, Utherverse is selling at 0.05. Next round is going to go up to 0.055. Okay, Doug, fraction of a cent, right? What does that mean? And how important that is. Well, talking over the weekend, everybody and I'm going to show you guys how important this stuff is. Everybody that signs up on Utherverse through this Utherverse link on nSights website, we're going to be able to airdrop you additional tokens for doing it through us, because I'm working with Brian. We're helping develop some things. So there's going to be a special deal. You just first name, last name, email, verify your credentials, because you're going to get an airdrop that is very important. And so we have to know who we're sending it to, what we're doing, but you're going to get a value here that's very, very good. And let me show you what that value looks like. Okay. When we look at Utherverse, I want to go here to, and we're going to be adding this page is changing. And we're going to be adding a countdown timer. So when round A is over, you'll see a countdown timer here at the bottom. There'll also be a button here to go out and do a profit projection calculator so that you can play a what if game with what you think you want to do with your Utherverse tokens. But I'm going to use a Bitcoin one here just to kind of give you an idea, for example. And if I set and just think this as being Utherverse or UTHX token, and this will be similar to what gets developed for the site, but at 5 cents, and let me change this number to like $35, or let's just change it to $25. $1,000 of tokens, if you were to do that. And again, this is the what if game, right? And it got to $25. Okay. That's a nice increase, right? We can see the percentage increase. That would turn into about almost $500,000. Okay. And this is estimation, right? This is what's being estimated. But when I look at that Utherverse, and I've been talking about Utherverse as potentially being another Bitcoin experience, right? When I talk about Utherverse potentially being a currency that can go across multiple metaverses because they're using the backbone of Utherverse to create their metaverses, right? Then we begin to think of UTHX as I don't want to use the word fiat currency, but a stabilized currency across multiple metaverses. And then we can begin to think of, what does that really look like in potential gains? Could it really be a Bitcoin type gain? Those are the things that you'll be able to play a game with yourself. You'll be able to go in and estimate. But when I look at, Bitcoin, when it first came out, I think and I got it here. Okay. The lowest price in 2010 you could have bought Bitcoin was 0.0008, right?
Oh.
And when Deb wants to go back to that price now. I just blew it, guys. Deb has a new standard she wants to go back to, right? But when we go to the calculator, I can't even go out to that many decimals. I can go out to a penny, and that's it on this little calculator. And I think our highest price was a little over 70,000. I say 71,000 was the highest price. And I want you to watch this number, because my biggest thing is this number really real? Can we really do this? Well, here's what Bitcoin did. Okay. Just an insane number, right? And I'm not trying to do that, but if I say, okay, we're at 5 cents and you play with these numbers, we went out to $50, okay, and I did $1,000, okay, I'm almost at $1 million. Now I'm beginning to feel like I could potentially have that Bitcoin experience. But if you do this before the end of round A, and we're going to airdrop you additional tokens, right? This is coming from Peter and I. We're going to airdrop you additional tokens. I've confirmed that we can get that down to 4 cents a token. Now, when 4 cents a token at $1,000 at 50, watch what the number does, right? It's 1.249. Well, what if I wait, Doug? What if I don't hit round A and I go to, round B here, the next round? I can't do, this won't let me do 0.55. When the calculator on the Utherverse presale page gets up, you'll be able to do 0.55 and figure that out. Closest I can do is 0.6, which is not going to be accurate. It's going to be less than this. But I want you to watch what happens to this number by just waiting and not getting the 0.04, but somewhere around 0.6, it's going to be 0.55. But recalculate, look how much you drop by just waiting. And if I wait to the round C, it's going to be 0.75, then, look what happens, right? So action this month can make you a lot of money. Not that 0.08 is ever going to be bad, because 0.08 for $1,000 investment is still an insane return. Okay. Even if I got up to 25 cents here, right? It's still an insane return by anybody's imagination, right? So all I'm trying to let everybody really get clear on, round A is coming to an end. Right now, you get into round A and you invest any amount, you're going to get it at 0.4. It's going to release to you at 0.5 like everybody else, but we're going to do an airdrop, which is going to average it to down to around 0.4. And then that makes a huge difference in return for you. So I'm just warning everybody. I know for a fact round A is coming to an end here before too long. I don't have the exact date. Don't hesitate. So, Deb, that's what I wanted to share today.
Well, I love it. And, I just, because we said the word airdrop, I want to make sure that everybody remembers that before you claim an airdrop or before you get excited about an airdrop, please make sure that you're getting the airdrop from the appropriate people. So, we've got a lot of people, the scammers out there trying to get into your regular bank account, trying to get onto your credit cards, trying to steal your stuff. They're also in the crypto space. So
yes.
be very careful when it comes to airdrops, because you'll see on social media lots of times that an airdrop is coming out, click here, and it looks like you're on the Utherverse side, or it looks like you're on the site you think you're supposed to be on, and you're not. It's a scam. So be real careful. Never click on anything without knowing 100% where that came from.
Yeah, you'll get taken in. And the easiest thing to do, guys, is that you will only click on the link that comes directly from us. You'll see my face, Deb's face on a live call. And we will be showing you that link. We will make sure that our link is secure for you. So, don't, if you don't see, oh, Doug said this and Deb said that. No. If you don't see us, we didn't
our
say it.
faces saying it. Our faces. Because people pretend to be us on Zoom. People pretend to be us all over the place. So, and you know what? I always like to say it's the exact same thing in fiat. It's the exact same thing with your banks. I can't tell you how many times people are trying to, get into my stuff. And so anyway,
All the time.
Yeah, be cautious.
All the time. All the time. All the time. All the time. One of these days, maybe everything will get cleaned up in this space, guys. But it is the Wild West. But because it's the Wild West, we can see those kind of returns I was just looking at, right? That's why we're here. Okay. Yeah. So yes, there's risk, but we're here for a reason. We just got to be smarter than the ones that are trying to take advantage of us. So, Deb, thank you. And I'm really looking forward to potentially another Bitcoin experience here.
Yeah, me too. It's exciting stuff, guys. Don't hesitate. Get on out there. If you look at the description inside of this live, you'll see links to everywhere you need to have links to go get your pre-sale tokens, and follow us on YouTube and all the stuff. So thank you so much for joining everybody out there on the live call. Gary, for leaving a message. Nice to see you. And we'll see you, Doug, on Wednesday.
Can't wait. Thank you, everybody.
All right.